Hello there. Hello, one. Hello, all. Welcome to WILIscredia. Um, I come to you as Charles, not as CP. I want to go over just a small little thing when it comes to the series titled Who Would Like That? Because over the last 2 or 3 weeks, there appears to be people who aren't in on the joke. And there's videos. I mean, if I'm being blunt, the most popular videos on this channel are the "Who Would Like That" videos. It seems as if there's enough people watching the Salo video and the Irreversible video daily to compete with anything I would put up that's new. Something about Who Would Like That is what I'm doing is, as CP, the exaggerated version of me, Charles. I'm playing into a couple of things while maintaining my language. I've been called something of a vanilla kid, where I haven't experienced enough, and I'm leaning into that while not taking away my fucks and shits, because I still need to speak like me. And what I'm doing is presenting a it's not so much a review so much as it's a summary of films that have notoriety for some specific reason or another. We started with Irreversible, we went to Martyrs, then came Salo, then came Cannibal Holocaust, then Human Centipede, and then Caligula, and next is something else that has infamy. And what I do in these videos is lean into the, oh my god, I can't believe they would make such a movie like this. And people have said things like, you should tighten this up with the edit, just get it out. If you watch any of my other videos, you know damn well that I can certainly edit and tighten a video up. The long drawn out discomfort is on purpose. I really don't have problems watching any of these movies. I actually quite enjoy. Well, yeah, I guess I'll say enjoy. I'd watch a Serbian film again. There's one scene that's hard to get through, but I know it's fiction. If I know it's fiction, it's a hell of a lot easier for me to get through a movie than anything. Salo, it's fiction. It's obnoxious, just obnoxious debauchery, but it's still fiction. Where I get pissed is when there's no story, when it is just debauchery for the sake of debauchery, or gore for the sake of gore. And so that's where you get Charles a little bit, when I'm displeased that I just wasted 2 hours. Something like that with Caligula. There was recently just a comment 2 or 3 days ago. Get it out. Yeah, no, that's on purpose, man. I'm drawing it out on purpose. If you're uncomfortable, another reason I do that is, if you're uncomfortable, I'm more likely to get away with an over-the-top joke. Because I'm projecting discomfort. If I tell a joke that maybe is over the line, or I do a bit that maybe is over the line, an audience member is a hell of a lot more likely to accept it as somebody who's uncomfortable and trying to cope with what it is they're doing. But you know, if you wanted me to do a Who Would Like That series where I just do it straight, I could, but that's not part of the gimmick. It, it, it's it's some of the stuff is on purpose, believe it or not. The long pauses. I mean, the solo video alone is perhaps the prize trophy when it comes to, you know, me just stretching time for discomfort's sake. I certainly could have tightened that video. I absolutely could have tightened that video. I could do things in post and make it move a hell of a lot more quickly, but I don't, because I'm presenting a review from the scale of Joe Sixpack, somebody who has never heard of the movie, or hey, I've heard this movie is bad. What's the big deal about it? And you know, let's just say you have an uncle that enjoys movies. His favorite movie's Titanic. How would he respond to something like Solo? I look there, and then I try to figure, all right, so where would the CP character be if I'm a bit prude? Which by the way, is hard to do when I covered Caligula, because Caligula, it's nudity. It's hard. Like, there's a bunch of jokes I really wanted to do in Caligula, but it wouldn't match the theme of what I've been doing with that series, where there was plenty of porn jokes that I just left on the ground. I still managed to squeeze one in, no pun intended. But if you're watching something and your host is going through discomfort, that's on purpose. It's all part of the plan. There's stuff that I could be baiting you for, to get some sick joke in there. I mean, a lot of these movies, it's either gore or rape. That's all there is to it. That's what, I don't know, 90% of these movies have been gore or rape. And if I can get that discomfort or borderline disgust across, I could bend a little bit and maybe get a joke across in such a horrific experience, and people will be more likely to accept it and laugh at it because you're feeling the same discomfort. The next film I'm doing is a bit borderline, and I just wanted to get in front of it. It won't be out until June, but I wanted to get out in front of the video and let you know that, you know, it's written. It's written, and it's on purpose. I'm a human being. So I play into human characteristics, but believe it or not, when I'm watching films, I'm okay. I'm not what you see in these Who Would Like That videos. I'm playing up the average, you know, American who's a little ill-informed about a movie, who's only heard of a movie because his nephew told him about it on the dark web or some shit. But I'm more than okay watching this stuff. When I get pissed is when the story sucks. That's really all it comes down to. And I'm trying to get you guys on my side, and technically I'm trying to get you to feel for me. So when I throw in that joke that perhaps wouldn't have worked if I just told it outright, my chances are better of sliding a joke in there that perhaps is a little over the line. And I hate to show you guys behind the curtain, but I wanted to do it before we need to talk about Kevin, because there's 3 jokes that are a bit iffy, and I'm trying to figure out a way to lighten their impact and still be able to tell all 3. I mean, the Caligula thing, you know, I had different jokes for Caligula, and you know, when it comes to sex, I think there's an awful lot that's funny about sex, and Caligula, I got to joke about a lot of the sex in it, but the opening scene where it's just a girl's cheeks out in the open making a fart cloud, you know, that was less of what I wanted to do because it didn't fit the characteristics of the characterized version of CP I am playing in these reviews. Again, I'm a pretty decent editor. I do my best to cut out ums and ahs and long pauses. Any of you, if you watch my stuff long enough, you and you could probably catch it too if you're familiar with editing. You can catch when I'm disguising my cuts are very deliberate sometimes. But the purpose of Who Would Like That is it's still CP's mouth, but as far as everything else is concerned, like you're still gonna hear me say motherfucker, cunt, all that shit. The CP mouth maintains, but everything else about the experience is brought to you as somebody who has only heard about these movies. I hope that can explain things. And for everybody who watches, we're in the dozens of thousands on the view counts when it comes to stuff like Salo, Irreversible, and Caligula is like really climbing. I'm curious to know what happened with Human Centipede, because Human Centipede appears to be the only one that doesn't really catch on, because if it's a loser, then I won't do Human Centipede 2. And that's a movie that Charles actually likes. I actually like that movie more. So I was kind of looking forward to covering that. Oh wow. I didn't realize that the chat was explosive. Who Would Like That is a lovely series by CP, aka WILIscredia, who provides us with his insights, thoughts, and opinions on films that are disturbing and shouldn't be watched or seen by anyone ever. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's it. I see, Alonzo, you got it in the first comment. What's up, Tom? What's up, fourth drawer down? I finally got around to subscribing to Emily's channel. She's awesome. She is awesome. What's up, Darkness Demon? What's up, James? It's a bomb. They're referring to the countdown I had before. Yes, Skulder, it is a bomb. Electrify the boys and girls if you'd be so kind. You'll get that ending, Alonzo. The WWLT video series is my favorite on CP's channel. Well, Alonzo, you're gonna like June because you're gonna get 2. You should do Human Centipede 2 and 3. I will. Like I said, Human Centipede is the only video that hasn't really got traction. Everything else has thousands of views. There's stuff that I'm very proud of, and have no sort of like I prey on people. Please go watch my 1999 series. There's solid editing. At the very least, you won't see me and stare for 10 seconds. Please go watch that. If you want to grade my channel, go watch the chaser video. Don't hold me to just the Who Would Like That series, because if you're not in on the joke, I can understand completely that it's a raw experience for somebody who's looking for a straight review, which I don't know, maybe I should title it something else. But in the irreversible review, when I'm playing the music and spinning the picture to a dude cutting meat, like that's a joke. You should realize that that's a joke. From there forward, you should kind of settle in and relax. But just trying to get in front of the future of this series. WILIscredia, who would like that? Nobody. Charles versus CP. There's a method to CP's madness. Yes, believe it or not. Caligula is infamous, just historical porn. It's 82 degrees outside where I am right now. I'm not ready for summer. I think some of the responsibility has to lie with the viewer. If you're easily shocked or offended, do your homework. Don't go into it blind. Yeah. Well, part of it is if you watch my Serbian film, Who Would Like That? It progresses in a very it progresses in a fashion where I'm like, okay, here this thing happens. You still with me? You want to keep going? And then we do another thing, and I think I even did like a gimmick where I would go to black and white. You still with us? You still with this movie? Okay, I don't know why you are, and then we go further and further. It's funny. I've had a comment. You forgot to mention the ending, which touche. I did forget the big thing in the ending. CP, have you heard about the 1970s film Antrim? I have not. I demand the CP cut of the Caligula review. I might be able to do that. I don't think I deleted all the scraps of that footage. We were talking about this before, and genuinely doing so. I may do 2 versions of Who Would Like That, especially considering the interest. It's what's driving this channel, believe it or not. Who Would Like That is the steam engine behind this channel. I was thinking of opening a Pornhub account, and you just heard me right. I was thinking of opening a Pornhub account and putting uncensored versions of the Who Would Like That series on my Pornhub account, which I'm just trying to make sure that I can't get in trouble for doing something like that with content. As long as I'm still in fair use, I think I'm okay, because it is still critique. But Caligula is a movie that would really really benefit from a X-rated version of the review. I'm a lot closer to doing that than I am not. So be on the lookout. There may be some NSFW versions of. It's not like Who Would Like That is safe for work to begin with, but some really NSFW versions of these things. Don't be sensitive. Just tell the jokes. You don't need to explain. Well, actually, I guess I do sometimes. Shit. That orgy scene in Caligula, though. Which one? There's a couple of orgy scenes. You don't need to explain to us you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing and pumping out such great content. Are we really at the point of needed to explain video concepts? Yes, Dennis, because enough people have commented on these videos, and I want people to understand that this is humor, because I'm gonna push the line a little bit with we need to talk about Kevin. If you know what that movie is, and me being in America, I'm really gonna try to push, and I'm just a little nervous people aren't gonna get it. I'm going to binge watch all the WWLT videos after this live stream one more time. I appreciate that, Alonzo. And then watch the Human Centipede one twice. Because Human Centipede isn't that bad. Yeah. Salo makes a Human Centipede look like Teletubbies. Yes, yes. The rape scene in Irreversible. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Camera doesn't move. Cannibal Ferox will get you a lot of views. Okay. I'm watching a movie that would fit the series. The View Askew film Vulgar. It's either you've said it before or you're the second person to bring that movie up to me. Swallow is a newer film that would be great for who would like that series. I haven't watched it yet, though. Yeah, so sometimes I screen stuff, too. Like I just screened Gummo, which has infamy. And they just kill cats. Like that. This, it's not a well-made movie. It's shock value, and they kill cats. That's really, I can't. If that's all I'm working with, I don't want to bother. Gummo is, well, they're not actors. There's that. I guess. How about an OnlyFans account instead? Yeah. I think Caligula clips are already on Pornhub, or so I've heard. Yeah, I know. I doubt Pornhub has rules other than copyright. Well, yeah, no, I'm speaking on the film studio's behalf. I would hate to go through all that work and then have it blocked. You pushing the line? No. Yeah. Look into Kuso. All right, let me write these down. Hold on. I haven't heard of Kuso. Another problem is having access to it, having access to a decent enough definition quality of video to source and put into the video. I've never heard of Trauma, but I'm writing it down right now. There's like 3 or 4 movies that people have suggested that I just either figured I didn't have enough to work with, or they weren't really who would like that. And we're gonna go through a test here upcoming with we need to talk about Kevin, because there's not much gore. I don't know. Is there implied rape? I don't think there's much else. And we need to talk about Kevin. It's just a fucked up movie. I'm not sure if you watch or are influenced by other people's YouTube channel, but there's a channel that only covers disturbing films. That would be a great future WWLT. Spooky Rice. Is that disturbing breakdown that I get? If it's disturbing breakdown, I get called that every 8 times or so. This is just I get called a disturbing breakdown knockoff, and if you watch disturbing breakdown and I know who would like that video, I actually take offense to that. I'm not like that. The guy's just playing clips. Eaten Alive is another cannibal movie. Compared to the Cannibal Holocaust, they're Ferox. I forgot to write that one down. Have you considered the corpse of Anna Fritz? Are you just making shit up? Because it sounds like you made that up. I'll write it down. Can't wait to see what happens when I Google that. Anna Fritz. Uwe Boll's. I will not watch Uwe Boll. Trauma is a 2017 film from Chile. Okay. Is the corpse of Anna Fritz real? Am I wasting 30 seconds? Yes, that is the one, huh? Yeah. Antichrist is very disturbing. There's a German film that the only thing holding me back from moving ahead with it is I can't get my hands on a copy, and I certainly can't get my hands on a copy to source video into the review, and I don't want to give it up just yet because it's infamous, but not a big deal yet. So try to get on that. No, we just reviewed it. Spanish film, Necrophilia, Canada. Bonjour. Hello, Dice. Necrophilia, kinda. Listen, you're either banging dead people or you're not. There's no kinda. Okay, so there, I think we about covered it. I'm glad. I just want to thank everybody who does enjoy the series. Even the bad with the good. It just seems like every sixth or seventh comment, people aren't understanding that that I'm kidding. And the most recent one where she said get to the or he when they said get to the point, and I wanted to reply and say, well, that's part of the gag. I'm buying time on purpose. I'm trying to make you uncomfortable, which clearly I did. But I just wanted to get this out there so I have something in the playlist in case people watch something. Believe it or not, Charles can sit and watch these movies. I know that's the more abhorrent thing to think about. But CP, the characterized version of CP, is a bit of a prude. Still has the mouth, and is trying to project the everyman and how they would interpret these films. So there's a bit of characterizing when it comes to how I present CP in Who Would Like That. I mean, hell, my wife's alter ego makes cameos, and that's not WILIscredia canon. So this is like otherworld shit. So that should prove it. You'll see if you watch. All right, fair enough. I Spit in Your Grave is very disturbing. That's on the list. Oh, how far we've come. Remember the days where nobody was allowed to know about Charles? Yeah, no, it's Theo's. Yeah. Everything's fine now. Now people think it's a big deal that they know my name. I mentioned 2017 in Chile because there's other movies called Trauma. Oh, okay. Then I will reassess that. And again, by the way, I watched The Chaser and it was pretty good. Pretty good? Fucking thing was incredible. And there's no way to physically own it in America, which is such bullshit. That's a movie that I really want to own and be able to throw on. But it's on Hulu right now. If you guys have access to that, I wonder if Donkey Punch counts. Are you are what? I know who you are, William. Raw is a very disturbing film to watch. Raw is on the list that is coming soon. Deliverance and Southern Comfort. Shocking when I first saw them. Raw is on the list. You're getting a WWLT of Raw. I can tell you that much. Probably before the year is over. There's a film called Bite that is disturbing. Haven't watched it yet. Well, we have a list. We have a rather strong list. I appreciate, again, what I was saying before. I appreciate all of you who have watched the series and those who seemingly watch the series daily. My number one video on a daily basis is the Solo video. And I just can't wrap my head around that. It's a 2-year-old video. And sometimes, I don't know if something happens in the news or what, but especially in January, Irreversible became very, very popular. So all I could say is make sure you interact, comment, thumb. If you put a thumbs down, it doesn't, same shit. It's still interacting. And just let your friends know, because nobody's watching the stuff that I really, really am proud of, which I guess that's the life that I'm punished to live. I don't know about disturbing, but I know Forbidden Zone is a bit of an acquired taste. Forbidden Zone. Yeah, it skirts the line, I think, Ben. Okay, Pink Flamingos is on the list. All right, guys. So thank you so much for. If you're watching this in the future, I did this live and I'm interacting with the chat. Massive apologies for that. Again, requests, as you can hear, they've been shouted out all day, every other day. Just if you watch it, who would like that video and you think something could top the review you just watched, put it in the comments. I'll try to look it up. But other than that, let me get back into character. I have been CP. You haven't. Have a day.